So nitrogen can be a good thing. So if you think about fertilizing your garden plants or your yard, we add nitrogen and phosphorus to it. Those help things grow. The problem is when we add too much nitrogen and phosphorus, especially to our coastal waters, which don't need any nitrogen or phosphorus. We encourage things to grow, and they grow out of control. Things like seaweed and the phytoplankton, which are the microscopic plants that are in the water. The growth of that seaweed and that phytoplankton leads to water quality issues and makes those habitats unhealthy for the plants and animals that are living there. Fertilizer is a major source of nitrogen pollution to the coastal waters. To address that, we could pass laws that say, okay, nobody fertilize, but that's an unrealistic ask.
The Nature Conservancy worked with the other partners to go house to house, talking to people about their lawn care and what they were willing to do. Did they know about nitrogen? Did they know about how fertilizer impacts the water quality in the river that they care about? One of the things that we found was about 75% of the households that we spoke with were willing to reduce their lawn fertilizer.
In those bays and harbors that we have eelgrass in, we have a target nitrogen load. If we can get those numbers below 50 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare of the embayment, we'll have water quality that can support eelgrass. So to get Niantic River below that number of 50, we need to see a 15% reduction in the fertilizer use in the Niantic River watershed. So 15% is not a big ask in terms of reducing the fertilizer coming into the Niantic River, and that's why we think a behavior change campaign would be especially effective in Niantic River.
The goals of the Nassau County Septic Environmental Program to Improve Cleanliness, or SEPTIC for short, is basically to incentivize as many Nassau County residents as we can to replace their failing or antiquated septic systems and cesspools with updated, innovative, and alternative nitrogen-reducing technologies. Excess nitrogen in our coastal waters can lead to harmful algal blooms, and once those harmful algal blooms die out, they kind of remove all the oxygen from the coastal waters, which marine life and vegetation rely on to thrive. The North Shore of Long Island is well known for its beach access and its shellfishing. Low oxygen levels within coastal waters can negatively affect shellfish communities. In worst case scenarios, they lead to beach closures, which can have a negative effect on not only leisurely activity, but local economies. It's important for program applicants and residents in Nassau County to consider the program and consider updating or upgrading their conventional and standard septic systems and cesspools, primarily because of the environmental impact. In addition to that, the installation of conventional septic systems can be very expensive. We generally say that can range between $10,000 and $15,000. So by entering into this program, we're offering program applicants a monetary incentive. They're on average saving money by coming through this program.
My mother bought a summer house here when I was a year old, so that's 71 years. The original cesspool was so old that it was just cinder blocks. So it might have conceivably gone all the way back to when the first house was constructed in the 1920s. So I knew that was old. So when the grant came along, I said, this is a chance to, do something positive for the environment.
My name's Bill Lucy. I'm the Long Island Soundkeeper, and I work for Save the Sound. We're a bi-regional organization in New York and Connecticut dedicated to improving the quality of the sound. So Black Rock Harbor is a very contained water body. It's narrow, there's one outlet. The geology has been altered by people. Part of it was filled in so that it doesn't flush as well as it did before. It also is naturally elongated and doesn't flush that well. Any of the streams that came in the past have been cemented over, so they're coming through culverts or outfalls in, so there's not a lot of movement in here.
Typical of old New England towns that are on the shore, Bridgeport has a combined sewer system. That means the stormwater system and the sanitary sewer system are combined. When it rains, instead of just bringing sanitary flow to the plant, we get stormwater flow to the plant as well. The system isn't big enough to hold both under heavy rain events. About 6 years ago, we put out a request for proposal for the upgrade of both the east and west side. Well, one of the best improvements that's going to happen with the upgrades is we are increasing capacity at both the plants. So they're more than doubling their capacity.
We're going to be able to track the improvements to Black Rock Harbor, even with all the challenges of its geology, as the plant becomes modernized and is better able to remove nitrogen and other problems. We're going to be able to track that because we have a long baseline of the water quality here. And once those changes are made, we'll be able to see how much better the water quality gets from that investment in water quality infrastructure. So I think the future of Black Rock Harbor, once this investment has been made in the upgrade of the plant, is going to be very bright. It's a beautiful body of water. This off the mouth of Black Rock Harbor used to be the biggest shellfish reef in the whole sound. And I think it's going to be filled with fish. I think the water clarity is going to go way up. I think it's going to be clean. You can eat fish out of it again without worrying about contamination. And then our ultimate goal is to one day to have eelgrass growing back in here again.